this is probably the sexiest thing that is out there as far as job titles are concerned, right? All the young whippersnappers that are out there want to be this thing called the penetration tester, but they don't know networking, they don't know web applications, they don't know databases, and they aren't willing to put in the time to learn them. And in addition to that, and maybe not just the young folks, it's people that are interested in testing sophisticated systems. It's likely that you also will need to know, in addition to the things that I just mentioned, you'll also likely need to know that it doesn't happen the first time. And such an approach, if you don't have patience, it doesn't happen the 10th time. So if you're testing something, yes, that's what I find, is that people just want an easy button and have a fancy report. And what we have found is there is no easy button for that, because every system, every test that we get into is completely different, right? It was configured in a different way. They've locked it down. They've had other people come and do tests of it. So everything is different. And because of that, crafting the solution for your penetration test is often more of an art and requires quite a bit of recon. And so usually it doesn't happen the 10th time, it doesn't happen the 50th time. When you get closer to the time when you're about ready to throw the computer out the window, is usually when you have that aha moment. And that aha moment typically means that you saw it behave in a way that was different in every other test that you've done up until that point. And so typically what we'll do is we'll go out and figure out what that looks like by doing a vulnerability assessment, and then figuring out how do we exploit those vulnerabilities. And we use tools like Metasploit, I mentioned that, but then we need to figure out what type of penetration test that we're going to do, right? The penetration test would be a white box, a gray box, or a black box. And you guys recall that from the different days, or the different homework that we had in the past days. The white box means that they're giving you everything, right? They're coming open kimono. They're showing the world to you. The gray box means that you have limited knowledge, and the black box means that you ain't getting nothing. And some of those are the most difficult kind whenever you don't have that. But yes, usually for those 0 days, somebody mentioned it in chat, usually for those 0 days, what we've started to see is that, kind of like what Lucy was saying earlier for Tesla, they have many vendors that are out there that have software. They have the bounty programs and squash the bug programs, where they'll give you money if you spend time and are able to break into their system or break their system in a way. And so that can be not only for penetration testing, but also for software testing, right? And so with software testing, we'll do interface testing. We'll talk about this a little bit more tomorrow morning whenever we jump into software development, security, and one of the final domains. But we can look at interface testing. We can do database testing, code reviews, static, just looking at files and running for finding specific information. Also, in addition, the dynamic testing, being able to run things, build it and run it and then test it, and then actually getting it to behave in a way that was not meant for is fuzzy. So all of these different types of software testing are included in that bag of tricks, because a lot of times the penetration tests that we do typically are on dynamic web application servers. I'd say at least 80% of all the pen tests that we do are on dynamic web applications, where those web applications are serving up something to a customer base, where whoever we're doing the assessment for or the penetration test for, they're selling that software as a service, and it's either a requirement of theirs on a yearly basis to have a test done, or they're doing their due diligence and having us come in and just try to see if we can break into it, and we're getting paid to do it, which is kind of cool.